Hi.
Hello.
Hi,
We
gamers.
are no longer full of piss.
Oh, the relief.
There are ways to go about saying that, and that's our way of
That was the
saying
perfect way.
It's my way.
I liked it.
Never change.
I'm honestly shooting myself in the foot here because now I have to like edit that out for YouTube because like of the whole like swearing within the first minute of the video kind of thing. So, hey,
Wait, really?
It's like considered swearing.
I don't know,
Wow.
is piss a swear word?
I don't know, and also we're definitely not admit it in.
Chat, would
Unless
you
you're wanting to,
consider
like-
piss a swear word?
I do like our videos, like hour-long things for YouTube. Like every ad break is like a new one. So
okay.
this is technically the start. Hi,
Gotcha.
YouTube.
Hi,
Yeah,
YouTube. I'm
true.
sorry. I'm
Hi,
sorry.
YouTube. I don't think that piss is a swear word, YouTube. All right, you can fight me on that.
I love that we've never acknowledged
Lonnie's
YouTube.
channel.
They're just kind of silently observing.
Yeah. Everyone
Sometimes
say hi to YouTube.
this might be pitiful. I don't know, but sometimes the comment, like when I need to pick me up about my DMing, I'll go to the comments of some of your YouTube videos. Because just like I don't know, sometimes the comments in there just make me smile. I love our characters so much, and the fact that other people love them too. It gives me a little boost to confidence when I need it.
You
You heard of her
deserve that.
comments. Go on.
That's the loveliest thing.
Boast about my wife right now.
Boast
Yes,
about
say that she's pretty and smart and fantastic.
boast about
right
the
now.
character. Whoa! Boast about like the characters we made and like the
The
cutesy
characters are great.
little
Well, that
vibe.
too, but you know.
That's what I was saying, really.
Also, the person that drives this truck called our campaign, she's also pretty cool. Maybe the most.
I love driving, I guess. Actually, in road trips, I am not the person that likes to drive at all. I'm a passenger princess all the way.
But
I
you
don't
like
drive
to
to drive.
drive.
Not other choice.
For real.
Yeah. Also,
Back
do you
to-
like my new 20? It squishes.
Oh,
Yeah. That was good. I like that.
that looks
Anyway.
so edible.
That is so cool.
I'm obsessed with it. Yeah, I really like
really
it.
like that.
If you ever feel bad about getting a nat one, you can just go like wham
Like
and slam
smash
it
it, like,
down.
screw
And then
you.
it pops back up, and then maybe it'll turn into a D20 just to like take the piss out of you.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry.
Back to Ring.
Bring us back to
The
focusing.
siege.
Okay, yeah. She kind of mentions like the siege. They, as you I'm sure like talk about the siege and are like, oh, what happened and all this jazz. She kind of mentions that like the issue. Oh my god, was that your dice bag? Sorry. Am I?
I brought it with
No,
me. just
wait!
for this
I
session.
had the same one! Wait!
Do you
wait,
really?
Wait! Yes! Wait! Hold on!
Is
Wait!
it the blue cloud? Let's go! Isn't it so
I
cute?
got it from Etsy. It's so cute. It's so large on the inside. Wait, I'm
I love
so
the
happy
inside.
that you. Amazing. I don't have that many die sets. I've only got 2, and one of them is
I
like
do-
slightly invisible because they're like
Yeah.
glass. I'm so sorry to like disrupt you, Kat.
It was so important. Please do not apologize.
They have so many styles on their shops, so that's crazy that that's goofy that we got the same one. Wow. Wow. Love that.
You
for
guys
us.
are so
Anyways.
cutesy. I'm obsessed. And there's and Alona has one too.
Yeah.
I would have to go down 2 flights of stairs to my basement to get mine, but yeah, it exists.
Oh,
Yeah, it's true. 8.5 pounds. I do have 8.5 pounds.
that's
of dice.
so wild.
I do
God
like
damn.
this. I do like to think about how it's like, you know, it's kind of like yours where it has like a strap that you can hold it by. It's a bit more sturdy, and like I always think about like
Lobbing
swinging
at
it
someone.
around and then like smacking somebody with it. Oh, it's my dream.
Hey, if you ever need to, you
I
got the
love that.
perfect weapon.
And the burger
period.
weapon.
Yeah. Lonnie's does seem like it would absolutely take someone out as well. I need to get more
Absolutely.
dice. Yeah.
You
I
heard
like
her,
glass
chat.
dice. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Wrong chat. Wrong chat.
Okay, so we are we're discussing the city, the Feydark city under siege. She mentions that they were clearly, obviously, way too focused on protecting the portals as they had not been like fully sealed yet. And they were not paying attention at all to the outer walls of the city. The outer walls of the city were attacked. The city was under siege by unbeknownst to anyone, unsure where they came from or why they are there, what appears to be some kind of dragon cult. There was rumors of a dragon on the initial siege of the city, though no one who, like the princess herself, nor did any of the people that like the princess has like talked to have discussed firsthand seeing this dragon, though there was talk and like rumor that upon like the first attack, the initial attack on the outer wall happened, it was done so by a dragon. Since then, there is a large amount of like dragon cult associated beasts and races in the city, most largely like kobolds, dragonborns, drakes, things like that. Things are all associated with dragons. Like drakes are basically like if a dragon didn't have wings, right? And it was like smaller, like a dire wolf sized or like a wolf sized dragon without wings.
Okay. So much smaller than a wyvern.
Yeah, like if you Google a picture of a drake, you know exactly. It's easy to understand once you see a picture of it. It's hard, but how I described it is exactly what it is. But you think of it kind of weird because you're like, wait, dragon without wings. The most important part of a dragon is the wings, right? Anyway, so
cute.
Yeah, except they're murdering
like a
people.
horrible way. Yeah.
So that is kind of what is attacking, right? The why is also extremely unknown, right? So they don't really seem to care about like the life of people in the city. Like sometimes a siege happens because like the city wants to be overtaken, the power of the city wants to be taken. A city's power kind of rests in the people and the civilization being there, right? And they're just kind of wiping out everyone. So there's like that doesn't seem to be a huge aspect of it. And they attack the city and have carved a path directly to the palace. And it definitely seems like they're inevitably focusing on that connection between the Feydark and the Underdark, since the largest tie, that largest connection is in the throne room. And it was on the Underdark side as well. That was kind of like where they built this like kingdom around. They were like, the most important room in the kingdom is the throne room. Let's put it where the most powerful connection is, right? And it's dramatic and all that shit. So there's that. Yep, all that jazz. There's also the other reason why people think it was a dragon is because the damage to the outer wall like definitely couldn't have been done by the like smaller races that have been like kobolds, dragonborns, and drakes couldn't have like destroyed an entire wall that is meant to keep people out. Like a keep of the Feydark or Underdark has like crazy strong outer walls, right? Because they got to keep out the entire Underdark or Feydark. Anyway, so that's kind of about the siege itself. There was a single attempt by so she does kind of talk about the remaining people being held in a secret basement of a temple to Lolth that exists in like the outer parts of the upper city of this Feydark city. They also sent in like a final attempt of the remaining city guard and a few civilian volunteers and other fighters and things like that to fight through to the palace, because they kind of were like, if we can cut the head off the snake, we can like take back our city, right? They were kind of still at that point of like, we're gonna fight to try to win. They, through magical means, those who stayed back, hidden in that basement of that temple, and those who fought their way to the palace were in connection via like a magic item so that they could speak to each other the entire time that it was happening. And she gets like very emotional as she's like recounting what she heard. They describe like fighting and barely making their way to the palace and into the throne room. And they like finally make it. And there is a single person in the entirety of this very expansive throne room of this drow palace. And he's sitting on the throne. And the like through this earpiece, basically, they're describing this man sitting on a throne. They describe this extremely tall, pale, blue-skinned like drow. So not like Manaki pale, like Manaki's drow skin is like on the darker side. They kind of mention
Very
more
dark,
of like a very pale blue drow, with straight, pure bronze colored hair, like whose length ends like just above the floor. He's wearing this dragon scale armor, and up his arms and his legs and on his chest and on his face are bronze scales. After they describe this figure who kind of stands and comes towards this attack, that's all they hear, as like the rest of what's heard through this earpiece was like the death and screams and like final communications of like these people as they met their death.
I'm so sorry for them and their loss.
Once Rang kind of got this information, that's when she describes like, and she looks at Manaki, like this is like probably the first time she's probably locked eyes with Manaki, and she just says, that's why I knew I had to come find you. And she leaves it at that. That's all she says.
Okay.
She mentions, and give me an insight check, Manaki, actually.
Okay.
With advantage.
Ooh, I have a +3. Oh, let's go. 19.
19. Okay. Beautiful.
Yes.
This is her asking you if she can talk about it.
I think that Manaki kind of like hesitantly looks at the others to see what their reaction is so far.
Yeah, what are the other two of you kind of reacting? Like, obviously, you can say if you say something, but I mean, kind of like more of like, what are you going through like internally as you're hearing this story? That's actually a really interesting question. You don't have to say if you don't have any thoughts. If you're kind of just sitting there like your character just is like still processing. That's
yeah,
fine.
if your character is
literally how Boston is. He's just sitting there like
gobsmacked, like not sure how to process.
He's like that gif of that person with the like whiteboard, like that's him in his head.
Yeah, I totally get that.
So I think Boston just
Is Mary
stays
muted?
quiet out of respect.
Oh my god, I was muted. Bless you.
Enjoy that soup.
Okay, what
Yes.
were you? What was Althea thinking?
Althea would be like around 45% of the way through, Althea's brain would have just like busted, and she would have went over and started petting Mr. Cat and ingested when
In her
everybody
lap.
else took note beats. But Althea struggles with like hard ADHD in the D&D Forgotten Realms ADHD time. And
to be fair, this is also like an hours long probably conversation that we're trying to sum up in like 30 minutes. So also our brains are having trouble keeping up, right?
Oh, I'm up. I'm up to date. I've got
are
so many
observant.
sticky notes that I've
got
been
it all.
Cool. So you look to your companions and like they definitely are like still processing, didn't even catch what and you even get the idea that she's even like looking at you like, do you know? She's really trying to just like get the vibe. But yeah.
I think that based off so above the table with what happened last session when Manaki opened up about the bronze scaling that he had growing on him for the last like probably 5-ish years, which is hilarious that Cass is mentioning 5 years ago is when this kind of started, that he's had like bronze scaling growing. He knows, and like his hair has been tinged with bronze since the beginning of this campaign. Like it's always been that. Look at her, she's connected all the dots. So Manaki, like he was unsure where this like came from, and he was kind of scared to know, but confronted with the truth, like he kind of had to know. And he knows now that this man that she's talking about is definitely his father, and he wasn't sure like what like where like either of them. Like he knew that he was a drow, but like beyond that he didn't know anything about himself, and now he's hearing about a scaly angry man in the throne room. So which is very tall and very bronze. So
Yeah.
he knows. He kind of gives his mother this look like he's a little bit, maybe a bit uncertain about telling the others like through her, but he kind of gives her like a bit of a nod to kind of like proceed with caution with this information.
She kind of like looks at you, takes note that it's like still a bit complicated, and I think she kind of just like resigns to like talk about it later. She kind of leaves that for now and mentions a few other like things that started to become the plan once she realized that it had to be like you.
Real
right?
quick interjection.
Yeah, go. Yeah.
Mr. Cat's been here this entire time. Would
Yeah.
Mr. Cat figure it out based off of what Manaki, like, can I say that he has?
I'm gonna do
What would you
myself.
Yes.
Yeah, he gets it.
Okay.
Like
Amazing.
there's a point he's like he started like at one point like when Althea comes over like 45% of the way through and like comes over to Mr. Cat, who's like also like in her lap, and he like half climbs like out of Rang's lap and into Althea's lap,
I
and
was
it's like
straight up just gonna pet her and pet Mr. Cat in her lap, but I will take that too. Go on.
it's kind of like where like a cat, like you like stop petting for a second, you try to catch up with the beat that just happened, and he like inches closer to you like via her lap and is like wiggling his way over so that you keep petting him. And like there is just a moment as you're petting him where she starts describing like the scales of like this man, and you just see Mr. Cat just like go from like laying like completely like belly up, like getting scritches on his chin, to just being like staring at Manaki, like just straight faced, just like,
I know something about you. I have information. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. She does kind of mention that like post all of that going on, there did kind of become this plan to go and like find you, so that hopefully like you could be the key to stopping whatever is happening. Especially, she says, because she feels like it's her responsibility at this point. So the plan that was like kind of devised by the people that exist left in the basement of this church was that she would, on a solo mission, like escape the city, escape the Feydark, and come above ground to find you. she kind of touches her necklace, all of you now realizing that is like definitely giving off this magical glow. She has this like obsidian necklace, and inside of it there's just like this faint hum of like a light white glow, and she mentions that it has one cast of the spell teleport in it, so that she can take herself and up to 7 other people, I think it is, in the spell, back to the city to try to, stop what's happening there. Yeah, and then once and while like she's kind of been gone, the survivors that are left there are trying to work on kind of like an infiltration plan, see what's available to get into the palace, since it was hard enough the first time with like half of the army, like half of the city guard left. Now it's going to be a handful of who knows how many people trying to get into a palace and get to the throne room with one person, right? She kind of, at the end of all of this, starts going into a bit of a speech, saying things like, I know what I'm asking is too much. I know I'm asking you to go into a situation that 15 able-bodied people went into before and were obliterated. But this is my last hope. And I had to come and at least ask. And that's kind of where she kind of like definitely is like leaving this question mark up to the group of, will you help?
At this point, have we taken a long rest?
You have not. It's pretty late. You were like just approaching nighttime, basically. Like you were all like pretty late in the evening, about to go to bed. It's still like reasonable time. It's like late at night, but you could like, you're still going to go to bed and get a long rest in the morning. She's not saying like, let's go right now. She's saying, let's all get a night's rest and go tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Okay.
I think at this point, Monarchy will kind of help her up and kind of guide her over towards the bed and say like, we'll discuss plans tomorrow morning, but for now, just take rest, and I'll get you in the morning. And then he kind of like turns to the others and is like, in his eyes, he's like, get out. And he's also leaving the room as well. Like, it is time for all of us to go.
Mr. Cat is also like clearly getting the message and like herding Althea and Boston out of the room a bit.
Althea's like following Mr. Cat, like basically like
chasing after him,
like crumbs. Like Mr. Cat just like walking and
like a
just, like chasing his
kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
I love that. Okay, I'm gonna like, if I can bring us all into like the lounge room, far away from that room, so then she
you
doesn't
close the door
overhear or anything.
And Mr. Cat follows the three of you out into the living room. It's actually, you get into the living room, and literally as you kind of step into the space, materializing in front of you, like a sphere of water with Margie on the inside, just like appears in the living room, the water like falling to the ground and soaking everything. Just give me a quick insight check as she kind of lands in the space. Get the vibe. Get the quick vibe check of Margie.
Okay. 18
to the tally. Oh my god.
Easily and so intensely. Not only is add it to the counter,
Margie.
baby.
We just love Margie so much. We are perceiving her.
As Margie returns, all of you very like quickly and easily recognize like there is water all over her. But like she kind of lands and you definitely don't see her notice you for probably like a good 2 or 3 seconds as she's kind of like collecting herself, like touching a necklace, one that you don't recognize, on like around her neck. As she like pulls her hand away, it's just like this very like opalescent shell stone, like an opal stone shaped like a shell, right? That is additionally on like around her neck. And she kind of like lets go of it, puts her hand up to her cheek, and like wipes away like a freshly falling tear out of her eyes, and like pulls herself together, like puts on a smile before she looks up and starts to walk forward, and then realizes the three of you are in front of her and is like, oh shit.
Manaki immediately holds her. Like, immediately holds her, just like goes for a hug. I don't know if she's willing to accept that or not, but just like, I don't know. Manaki just he's like so shocked, and he's like so happy to see Margie's face. He needs something right now.
She's like,
she's the recipient.
She just like at first just like stands there, but then like worms her arms around you too. She's oh wait,
similar height, I think.
I realized I should pull her character sheet up. I don't even have it up. Yeah, she's tall, but she's like not very strong either. So she's like, because she's wet, using that benefit to kind of like wiggle her arms up to kind of like give you a hug too, because she could tell you kind of like maybe need it. And she kind of pulls away a bit, like once the
like
hug is over.
Back, and he's like, sorry.
Oh
How
no,
was your travels?
that's okay. It was good. I went home and I gathered my things. She doesn't have any bigger bags than she did before. But you do remember that she does have a bag of holding, so you get the idea that she probably just has like 1,000 things in a single bag. Yeah, she's just like, well, and I had to say goodbye to the Trident, and it was, it was hard, but I'm really excited. What are you guys doing up? It's real late here.
Do you guys want to say anything to her before I launch her into it?
Althea's like itchy, like Althea like wants to give Margie a hug, but like doesn't know where to go over, so she's just standing there. But Althea's also like got a little bit of a crush on Margie, so maybe she is just standing there,
like slightly hiding behind Minaki, like peeking at her.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled bad on my insight, so she doesn't notice.
Can I insight on Meru, on Althea?
Oh, absolutely, go for it.
Fuck.
Wait, can I do a little insight on?
Yeah, absolutely.
On
yeah, absolutely. You can.
How did we all roll a 5?
No one sees it, but we all above the table know it's happening, and that's what's important.
She's so good at like being so deceitful with her feelings.
I'm so good at hiding my emotions, indeed.
We're all too
That's
tall.
like her whole shit. That's her whole shit, though.
We're all too tall, Lonnie said. We're too tall to see her face.
Too tall. That's
good.
so
That
good.
was good. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. She
Okay.
just, well, y'all look like you were coming in here for a reason. I don't mean to interrupt.
You're part of the team. You're not interrupting.
Definitely
You would
not.
never interrupt.
Oh, thanks.
Manaki is going to be like, I have some serious news that I would like to share with everyone. Do you mind coming into the kitchen with us? And like
Of course.
immediately just like turns and goes into the kitchen.
Yeah, and she
Everyone
follows
can take a
you,
seat.
and I'm sure you guys like catch her up on like the like just happening things, and now she's all she understands that. You don't have to explain it to her, but
Yeah.
we're all-
TLDR. Blah, 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 blah.
yeah, exactly.
Lord up.
Okay. Yeah. Is Mr. Cat in the room with us? Is he
Yeah,
like kind of sitting?
He's roaming around. He gets along with Bowie, the Steel Defender manta ray that Margie has, so they're like low key playing in the corner.
Oh.
But if you call him over, he'll come on. He'll come on down. He'll come on down.
Okay. I don't really want to disturb that because the idea of that is so cute. Yeah, Manaki is like kind of standing at like the head of the table, and he's kind of like looking at you all. So that's my mother. I'm sure that, well, we've already established that.
Mm-hmm. But thank you for confirming that.
I think he's like struggling so much right now because like part of him is in like so much denial about like finding out who his dad is and what his dad is doing, right? Like what his father's doing. And then another part of us is like, I have to tell them this because they need to know like the dangers ahead of them. And so he's like, this is so unreluctant. Maybe if you guys would like, you can do an insight check to see that I'm struggling.
Oh,
bless
all your sweet little hearts. You don't need an insight check. We all, Margie, the cat, even the robot manta ray can tell that Manaki is struggling so intensely. And you definitely see like Margie, if she's close to you, will like put a hand on like out and like on your arm and be like, you got this. It's okay. You can do it.
Okay. Manaki is like, okay, excuse me for what I'm about to do. And he like takes out his hair, which is like in a bun, and he lets his hair loose so you guys can see like the copper kind of orange streaks that line his hair a lot better, because previously you could just kind of see in a puff and it was mainly white. And then he kind of like unties his like undershirt, which is all that he's wearing, and he kind of like tugs it up. He's like a very modest guy, so this is not at all sexy. This is just him.
It's
like,
just like you're revealing a little bit because you have to, and like we're all here just like supporting you like as much as we can. Like
think of it like a medical emergency. Like if I'm in a like I have to show you guys this.
Like so we can tell how uncomfortable we are, and we're just here supporting you, just like all just like nodding our heads, loving you.
Yeah. He's kind of shrunk in a little bit on himself as well, and he finally takes off his shirt, and at first he's kind of like holding it up against himself like, and then he just like finally lets it go, and he like straightens his back up a bit, and then you guys can see now, canonically your characters will know that there's now bronze scaling against a really dark blue skin, like drow skin, and it's kind of shimmering in like the candlelights of the kitchen. And as he's kind of straightening up, he doesn't really say anything. He's gonna see if you guys can kind of piece it together, because he's still not really reluctant to share. So like, what do you think, Cass? That
I think that I would just say go ahead and give me Althea and Boston. Just give me an intelligence check.
And Margie.
Ooh. Oh yeah, Margie will do it too. That's a good point. Margie rolled a natural 1, so.
Ooh, 21.
Let's go. And a natural 20. Wait, we rolled a natural 1 and a natural 20.
Amazing.
Go.
Updating the counters.
Margie is still like reeling that it was your mom. Like she's still hung up about like your mom reappearing. Yeah. But Althea, like you may not have like pulled together the story super well, but you are sure of a few things, Althea. You are sure that is Manaki's mom, and the man that was described was Manaki's dad. Now, what happened for the Manaki to be in existence and when that occurred obviously had to be like around 20 years ago. Because that's 40. Kind of around 40 years ago, because that's about how old Manaki is. But other than that, like that's kind of all you really get, right?
What was Althea's reaction? I'm curious.
Althea's reaction, well, since she didn't really pick it up earlier, since she picked up literally nothing earlier, Althea would be like, she would be pretty like, but she would be like not letting it show. So she would just be kind of like quiet in the corner, like anxious, but like not really knowing what to do.
Manaki's like staring her down, kind of like, please say it so that I don't have to say it.
Althea will not pick up on any social cues. Althea will be like, no. I don't know what you mean.
I think
Althea avoids eye contact.
I think with his like 11 intelligence check, Boston would be like, there is a connection.
Absolutely. I definitely think you get the connection. But like maybe like you're not like like you get the connection between Manaki and the man. Like, oh, they both have scales, right? It's hard to connect this random siege back to like this disconnected Underdark woman, basically, right? At this point. And it's kind of like around now that now there's two women characters and two men characters. Now I'm gonna mix all their names up. Get ready. But Margie kind of is just sitting there like, wait, so how did you get the scales? I'm confused. I'm not trying to be mean.
That's like Manaki kind of just like flicks his eyes towards Margie and is like, so that bad man in the story, I think, is my father, and just says it.
Oh my god.
Quickly, Manaki
with the
puts his
answer
shirt
band.
on.
Does anyone want any tea?
I would love some tea. Actually, what do you have? Something that could make me pass out? That would be, he like sits down in his chair. He's kind of looking for Mr. Cat. Like,
Mr. Cat like senses the anxiety immediately. Your emotional support animal is there at your side, ready to purr in your lap.
Yeah, he's purring in my lap. Yeah, he's kind of, his hair is down. His shirt is like haphazardly tucked back into his pants. And he's kind of talking without really thinking. He's like, I don't expect you guys to come if you don't want to. Like, I feel like I need to. Like, tomorrow morning, I'm going to prepare and leave with Rain. Sorry, my mother, Rain. My mother, Rain. I will leave with my mother, Rain, and I will go meet my father. That's not Rain. That's Scaly father. And he's just like stroking the cat. And he's like, I'm going to stop talking now.
Okay, what time?
Althea might have.
Oh,
Yeah. Althea might have like already gotten up to like grab some tea, and she'll just like stand next to you and be like, well, "We're a team, so
yeah,
we go together."
You're standing next to me, but we're still probably the same height. Like,
actually, she's a little bit shorter than you sitting down at this chair.
Amazing. Yeah, question.
Sorry, I completely missed that you were asking a question. I thought we were just going. Like, it's no doubt in my mind for me.
Oh.
That's so cute. He's like, okay, thank you guys. And he's like holding Mr. Cat. Thank you guys. And he kind of like is kind of like looking at everyone, and he's like kind of unsure what to do, but he's like, I'm gonna go take a walk now. But I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. And then he leaves like through the back door. You know the place. Yeah, you know the place that he went to like meditate last time, like out by the tree. Yeah, he like goes there.
Cool.
And
sit in
just,
front
like,
of that pond, the same kind of like fireflies. It's so reminiscent of like literally this overlay that Lonnie has on. Those little like fireflies all floating around just over the lake, and it's very peaceful. Mr. Cat comes with you again, just like he did last time.
That's where he'll spend his long rest.
Beautiful. Althea, Boston, do you have anything you need to do before you kind of toddle off to your own rest?
As the only one who needs sleep, Boston will in fact be going to sleep.
Beautiful.
So
Above
he'll go to his
table-
room. Yeah.
Oh no, he goes to his room and
He goes
just
to his
heads
room,
over.
catches Sven up on the situation, like, hey, this is where we're going tomorrow, and then he goes to bed. Brushes
I love
his
it.
teeth
Perfect.
first.
Oh wow, good thing, because I was gonna do a teeth check. No.
Who knows? Maybe I'm gonna bite someone. I don't know. Sharpen my
Above
tusks.
table. Above table, my question is: do you all want Margie to come with you?
Yes.
Yes!
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
Not even a question?
I assumed as much.
Yeah, the thing is, it's another person, like, in theory, for me to manage during combat, so it is just like another like moment for you guys that you're just kind of like waiting in combat. But as long as you're okay with it, and as long if you're happy
okay
with her
with it.
being there,
Yeah, I love any chance for
I
Margie to be
love-
on the table
yes.
again. Please bring her out.
Literally.
Like, I need to have a conversation with Margie.
I
So-
love I really love being an artificer. So okay, if you want me to be, I guess.
I guess.
You're pulling my leg, but
I love how now I'm playing chess with myself. I'm setting up combats for me to fight my own self, which is incredible. Okay, cool. Your long rest, you guys, you meditate, Manaki, Althea, you sleep, despite the idea that you don't even really need it, because you are
Despite it,
he likes the vibes.
yeah.
I like the vibes. I like,
You
to
like-
associate.
Yeah, you like to dissociate so much, and honestly, I've never really like connected to something more than that.
Does
Margie,
Margie need a sleep?
she doesn't actually. Time happens differently on in the elemental plane, or it's really the elemental sea of it's the elemental sea of chaos right now. But in her little water dimension, she had a rest just recently. So she is she can rest right now, but if you want her to be doing something else, in theory, you can utilize the 8 hours she has. But that was
Ooh, okay.
yeah.
Can I talk to Margie then? Like,
Yeah, she'll kind of
come
like
back in.
she'll like toddle off in the like after everybody else goes to bed, she'll kind of grab the last of the tea that Althea made, heat it back up like little artificer style, and will kind of carry it outside like down the path, and will kind of like sit next to you. You're like kind of already like mid trance, but it doesn't like take too much to bring you out of it. And she kind of like taps you on the leg as she kind of sits cross-legged next to you and hands you the teacup.
You take
For you.
immediately. Yeah, no words. And then Manaki is like, okay, sorry, I've kind of cleared my head a little bit. I feel a bit better now. That was just like, it was. I have 3 mothers now. He's like back to his normal self, but still a little bit surprised. But just, I have 3 mothers. I didn't even know I could have. I thought I was lucky enough to have 2.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, the dad issue is. Well, we'll get to that maybe. I guess we'll have to.
Yeah. And I promise no matter how it ends up, we'll be here for you.
Manaki kind of turns his entire body towards Margie. I would say we're kind of like easily making eye contact. So he kind of like maybe slouches down. He's like sitting cross-legged. He kind of slouches down and he's like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "When you first came, you had like a tear down your face and I didn't want to bring it up in front of the others, but are you all right?"
Yeah, I'm okay. I just it's really hard to leave, you know? The last time I left it was kind of temporary, but this time kind of feels more permanent, and I've always lived with the Trident, and it's really kind of scary to not have him there. So he gave me this, and she touches the necklace that she has, and it gives me a little bit lets me get hit a little bit more, you know? So maybe it'll keep me safe. Or it's his way of keeping me safe. And you definitely see her like get a little teary-eyed and
Yeah. I think he like kind of like goes to like hold her hand a little and like give it a light squeeze. Like I would say that Monarchy's good at comforting people. I feel like he's, especially women, he feels especially comfortable around, you know, having so many mothers now. But he's like quite good friends with Althea. And so he's just like, you know, like he'll always be there with you. Like,
yeah. And he kind of just
Yeah.
like, she just like takes your hand and things, takes it in comfort and looks up and I'm really good at actually dealing with this kind of stuff myself. I didn't know you guys would be there, but I guess I'm kind of glad someone knows. Well, I guess all of you know, really, you all were standing there. But I'm just going to pretend you don't, you know? It makes me feel better.
That's okay. I won't say anything until you're ready to say something if you'd like to, but you don't even have to do that either.
Well, my parents are dead, so my real birth parents, they're both dead. So I'm really excited that we get the chance to, help your mom.
Yeah. Sorry, that's me above table. That's not bad. He's gonna be like, I think my mothers would really like you. I think Grat especially would really like you. If you ever wanted to meet them one day. I don't know when, but
that would be nice. Wonderful. I can't wait.
Yeah.
But for now, it looks like we probably need to go help your mom.
Probably, yes. Let's do that. Also, just real quick, I thought I would leave you with something. Monarchy, in his nut pouch, had like a little secret pocket kind of sewn into the back of it. And he kind of like unbuckles that from his belt and he kind of flips it open and he takes out like this kind of opalescent looking, potentially scale, who knows. And he gives it to Margie and he says, I've had this for the longest of time and I found it when I was younger, like maybe when I was like around 20. I don't know, it's been a really long time. And I thought because you're really good at tinkering and making things that maybe you could make this kind of like what your father's made for you, just something to hold around my neck and keep it close to my heart because I'm afraid to lose this. It doesn't have to have anything special added to it if you don't want to do that, but like I thought I would ask you if I could leave it in your care. It's really precious to me. I don't have many things that are this old.
Well, of course, and she kind of takes it from you and like holds it in her hand. And do you mind if I, I mean, probably if I turn it into something, I'll have to cast stuff on it. But if you don't mind, I'm going to do a couple things to get familiar with it, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, go for it.
And you see her kind of just like hold on to it a bit. She actually takes a bit of like water out of like a bit of pouch that she has and pours it over it. And you see like as she pours it over it, just like a bit of like a sheen kind of like glows as the water like covers it. And you see also like a bit of like blue flash kind of like come across her eyes. And she kind of like furrows her brow. And then she takes another look at it, looks down again. Hold on. I gotta look at my things I have prepared. Please, God. Oh, thank freaking heck. She will cast another spell. Yep, this time you see her kind of like her eyes go kind of like a white, and you see her like move her hand and brush the water off, and the water like flies off of it, and she casts the spell Dispel Magic, and as she flicks her hand, the opalescent color flicks off of it along with it, and she holds up the scale and it's bronze.
It's your brain! Your brain! God, sorry. Menaki's just like, huh? What? I'm sweating. I like that. Like, I'm sweating because you've given me the chills this entire time. Oh my god. My body's trying to regulate its temperature. Yes.
I love when
thank you.
threads
That's
connect.
Amazing. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
And as she kind of like holds it up, she looks at Manaki in the eyes, and she like looks down at it and looks back up, and she's like, "Are you sure you still want me to make it into something?"
Oh. He kind of like looks at it like between her fingers, like he doesn't touch it or anything. It's so unfamiliar to him. Like he's for the last like 20 plus years now, it's been this like brilliant white, but now it's just like he sees himself in it. And it freaks him out a little bit, but he's still familiar with like the feeling that he gets off of it. And he's like, yeah, I would if it's not too much problem. How did you do that? Like he straight up would ask.
Well, so you know what I thought, oh, if it's important to you, maybe I'll like cast Identify on it and see like what kind of things are going on with it. And then I found out from the Identify that it had some kind of illusion magic on it, and then I dispelled that illusion magic that was on it, and then I revealed that it was in fact not the way it looked to the eye before, but now it looks the right way, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. An illusion. Okay. Yes. Yes. He's like, sorry, this is probably just me. I don't know if Manaki would do this, but yeah, go for it. You do your tinkering thing. Yep. I'm excited for that.
I'll turn it into something. And you see her like get up, and like without like saying goodbye, she's just staring at it, and like you can see almost like the gears turning in her head as she just toddles off.
Love that. Yeah. Back to trance time.
Yeah, back to trance. Everyone's taking a rest, and you can go ahead and everyone can hit that long rest button.
Done.
And then Althea, just make sure you prepare that spell that you didn't have prepared, so that you have all of the spells prepared that you should.
The divine intervention one.
The divine intervention is just a free thing she gets every day. That's not even a spell.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Let me double check something really quick. I'm doing something with Margie over the long rest, so I can do this situation that you just mentioned, which I should have been prepared for. Why would I be prepared?
What? You only have a million billion things to think of.
Okay, cute. That is perfect. Go here. Go to this thingy.
I've been having like Claire Obscure music playing in my ears this entire time. And while you were casting the dispel magic thing, it was the friggin' mime music. Yeah. And I was like, this is like oddly satisfying for what you're doing right now.
Okay. Perfect. As you wake up
After the break. I was looking at the countdown and
I love it. It's perfect. No, that's perfect.
Love them.
Yes, we're going to take a short break for the ads, and then we'll be right back in the morning after our long rest, where I'm sure everyone sleeps soundly and without any kind of thought running in our heads, because this was a very normal evening.
Period.
Right? No. So yeah, we'll be back in 3-4-ish minutes to continue with this amazing story. And yeah.
Woo!
Thank you very much for being here, everyone. Thank you for the support in the chats, and see you in a second. Wow.